Morning to all. Let us begin a new chapter, that is judiciary. So let us see what are the major functions of the judiciary. Since we have discussed the role of parliament and executive, here we discuss about the judiciary. We begin with the topic rule of law. So what is rule of law? Laws apply equal to all persons. There is no change or difference between the persons before the law. So equally treated before the law. So in order to enforce this rule of law, we have a judicial system, and it is maintained through the mechanism of courts. So any person can approach the courts if they feel that the rights are violated. So and it is an independent judiciary. We have an independent judiciary, and it is a basis of the democracy too. Discuss the role of the judiciary or the functions of the judiciary. First one, that is dispute resolution. So we know that the disputes are very common. In order to resolve a dispute, there must have an independent body. So likewise, so the judiciary resolves the disputes between the citizens, between the two states or governments, central and state governments, citizens and governments. So there are different functions for judiciary to resolve the disputes. Then second one, that is a judicial review. So judiciary has the power to strike down particular law that is passed by the parliament, which violates the structure of the basic structure of the constitution. That means any law that is passed by the parliament which is against the basic structure of the constitution can be struck down by the judiciary. So that is the important function. Another important function, that is a judicial review. Then it also upholds the law and enforcing the fundamental rights. Upholding the law and enforcing the fundamental rights. As we know, in India, we have the fundamental rights provided by the Constitution of India. So if any person finds that the particular action violates the law, fundamental rights, so he can approach the court. So the court also try to enforce the fundamental law and protect. And there is another important function, that is interpretation of law and constitution. The court has the particular role to interpret the law when it is needed, and the constitution if it is needed for the time of disputes and so on. So what is an independent judiciary? That means a separation of powers we have discussed earlier. So legislature, executive and judiciary, that is separated power. So legislature and executive cannot interfere in the work of judiciary. That is, it is a separate entity, and courts are not at all under the power of government.